I will now pass the mic to Matthew.
Okay. Right. So, okay. Right. I think we should be good for the stream. Just gonna lower myself a little bit here. Okay, hi guys. My name is Matthew. I am well. Actually, I should introduce myself a little better than this. Um, right. So here's the slide. Of course, VTubers, a culture of innovation and creativity. And right here's Jikoshokai introduction. Also, by the way, this I'm mostly gonna speak in English for this talk. If you have any questions in other languages, um, we'll worry about that after the talk. So yeah, konnichiwa. My name is Matthew. Most people know me online as Made Kuji-san. But you can call me Made, pronounced as Made. It's a short form of my term. Also, thanks to Axel Diamandis Ian for the art that I use. Currently, my favorite VTubers are Kiryu Koko and Nekomata Okayu, both from Hololive. We're gonna be talking a lot about this in the next coming minutes. I also do a lot of web development and design work. Most notably, I've done work for other orgs inside my university. So I've done work for um, the Management Information Systems Association in Ateneo and the Computer Society of the Ateneo for various clients, whether it be for you know within the Ateneo to help them with their events, with their ambitions and stuff like that. I also do a lot of web dev on my free time. So I know, like, a lot of the people here are probably wondering, like, um, they're not new to VTubers. We're gonna make this friendly for everybody who has no idea what a virtual YouTuber even is. So, what are virtual YouTubers and what's the deal with them? I know people are gonna be like, "Made, we've heard of this a billion times," especially for the fans. Um, and to that I say, it's fine. Let's just hear me out for a sec. We'll go through this together. Let's set the scene. December 1st, 2016. This is the day when everything started. Literally everything started. Um, I'm not sure if you guys can hear this. I will um switch my microphone to stereo mix.
えーっと、見えてますか？聞こえてるかな？はじめまして。私の名前はキズナアイです。どうぞよろしくお願いします。普通の YouTuber と違うぞと思ったそこのあなた。なかなか鋭い。私、実は二次元なんです。あれ？ 3D だから3次元？まあとりあえずバーチャルってことで、バーチャル YouTuber って響きかっこよくないですか？そんな感じで私はみんなとちょっと違うんです。だから興味があります。人間のみんなたくさん知りたい、仲良くなりたい、そんなことを考えて YouTube を始めてみました。私もみんなが楽しんでくれるようにライブ配信とか未来っぽい感じの VR とか新しいことにどんどんチャレンジしていきますから。そしていつか CM に出たいです。人気のある YouTuber さんって CM 出てるじゃないですか。あんな感じの人気者になりたいです。そしたらみんなともっとつながれるし、方向性としては間違えてないですよね。私にできることとかやってほしいことがあったらどんどんリクエストしてくださいね。そんな私の i チャンネル、皆さん応援よろしくお願いします。バーチャル YouTuber キズナアイでした。
So I want to stop at this term. Don't you think virtual YouTuber sounds really cool? No, in the history of ever, nobody's ever heard of the term virtual YouTuber. Patsare YouTuber. Nobody has ever heard of that term before. It has never existed ever. And I know a lot of the fans are gonna say, "Oh, what about Ami Yamato? What about gorillas or annoying orange?" Right? Well, no. What Kizuna was trying to set up in 2016 was a format, a new beginning, so to speak. To take what has happened before in technology and applying it into a new concept. So some experiments have been done here and there, but you've when you see YouTubers, it's always just the voice or the face with the voice and stuff like that. But an avatar, that is most definitely something. Kizuna Ai is the first one to coin this term. And in all intents and purposes, this is an experiment. Nobody ever knew if this was going to be successful or not. All we know is that there is a backing behind this. Of course, Kizuna isn't alone. Um, Nobody knew if this was ever going to be successful. Yet somehow it did because Kizuna Ai now has like a bunch of subscribers. So let's actually make this thing easier for people who have no idea what a VTuber is, and I'll guide you through it. You may start to look at Wikipedia, you may start to look at Urban Dictionary, but let's make this a little easier by marking down what we don't need to see. A virtual YouTuber or a VTuber is an online entertainer that uses a digital avatar generated using computer graphics. So this is the definition that we're gonna work off with. Okay, a content creator on YouTube who doesn't show their real face. Obviously, this definition will change from time to time as YouTube is just one platform. There are gonna be different platforms that are gonna happen. So yeah, an anime YouTuber, that's like the thing that like everybody says, oh, it's like what if your waifu was doing live streaming, and there you have it. But there's some newbies out there who might say that oh, they're a YouTuber, they're a live streamer, but they're not real people, and that I have several questions with that statement because we'll go along with that. You'll see in the end of this talk why. And hopefully by the end of this talk, I'll be able to convince you why you should check out VTubers. So here's a little craft that I made. We're gonna be talking about these like from very loosely. We're gonna jump around because as people may or may not know, all of these things are part of what makes a VTuber, especially what makes VTubers possible, or if not possible, not just possible, but also successful. Um, so you have the video platforms itself, like YouTube, the virtual technology that is being used. So, how are you going to present yourself virtually? So, like live 2D, 3D, VR, AR, otaku culture, because of course this trend happened in Japan, so it's gonna take a lot of that influence. Anonymity is a huge part of it because you're trying to give yourself the veil, right? There was an article that I read about how VTubers work because of the veil, and that's an interesting read if you have the time. But yeah, you can talk to me about that after the talk. Um, but yes, it is that anonymity that gives VTubers the chance to break away from what they were doing before and to start something fresh, something new, something that could possibly not be done in their real life selves, or um, if they had an avatar before, a previous avatar, that sort of thing. Originality and content, because like a YouTuber, like these two, originality and content and collabs, these are standard YouTuber things that you have to do as a YouTuber to bring flavor and spice up your channel and all of that stuff. I've done YouTubing stuff for over what is now like even back to early days for like so many years now. I can't even count it anymore. And digital art, because avatars are made through art, whether it be making a 3D avatar. Don't forget to check out the 3D avatar 3D anime modeling talk by Jabel as well. That's going to be fun as well for Fandom February. And also the 2D stuff, live 2D, and it's the fan arts as well. We'll be talking a lot about fan art in later on. Yeah. Now I said I was like I fell out of Kizuna Ai before. Um and yeah, I thought, oh, there's no way I was gonna fall into this sort of like hole, right? My mistake. I did. And here's the story of how I fell into the hole, because from there we'll jump along. I'm sure a lot of people have seen the videos that Fubuki has done. After all, 3 million views. There's no way you wouldn't be able to find that, right? It has shown up in your recommendations probably before. Here's my story. Um in university, I was hanging out with my org mates, of course, the same people you see in Toushin, some of the staff in the Zoom meeting right now. Um, we were at MVP basement, which was our usual org hangout, because we're an independent org. We don't get an org room, unlike the other more established orgs. Um, so we were hanging out, just all of us just chilling, and then this guy with a laptop. Of course, a lot of us had laptops. We were just on the floor. Um, we're independent. We're ragtag as hell. We're just nonstop playing Fubuki videos. Just the clips, these ones like I'm Scatman, Astronomia, the ones by Fubuki, the ones with the phone aspect ratio. And it was a meme that was going on at the time, but I didn't even know what. I wasn't in the hole yet. I didn't know anything. I just thought, oh, cool, Fox girl singing Scatman, and I love Scatman. I know Scatman from a bunch of other memes, whether it be like Siva Gunner or other things. I've definitely heard of Scatman before. Most rhythm gamers know it. It's on. I think it's on My maybe. It's been a long time since I've been in the arcades. But even before that, even before like Fubuki, I didn't know. I just realized this recently. I can't believe the first live 2D VTuber that I watched was from Niji Sanji. Shizuka Rin singing "Take Me Home, Country Roads," the Japanese version from the Ghibli movie. I forgot the title, but yeah, from that Ghibli movie. She was singing it. It showed up on PewDiePie's meme review, and I didn't know. I was doing research last night, and like, damn, I didn't. I'm a Hololive fan, but I didn't know I started with Niji. uh, so yeah, this is also a really popular clip. It doesn't show it on YouTube, but it's been shared around everywhere, including Facebook. People in chat, Shizukai streamer Otogibara was mine. Migzu, who also has a talk. In the next 2 weeks, he's doing the Isekai talk. He says that Skrillex is the best one. So yeah, this is the thing, right? All of these clips are starting to build up. I didn't know what they were, but they just kept showing up around me, and I wasn't noticing until like I joined a Discord server with my friends, and they were all like, they had a dedicated channel to VTubers, and also they jokingly named the title of the Discord server after VTubers, like VTuber Club, something like that. I mostly just went to it because it was a side server from another server that I was in, and I was just mostly there for my friends, not for the VTuber stuff. But then I started noticing around especially around Coco's debut. I didn't even know who Coco was at that point, but around her debut stream, my friends were hyping so much, and I didn't even know why. They were talking about the Hololive anime, and I didn't know why. So I tried watching a few VTuber clips here and there. I was still stepping in the water, so to speak, and I didn't know what was going on. So I needed some help. I asked my friends on Facebook. I used to watch Kizuna Ai back in the day, but then I stopped. I want to get back to watching VTubers, especially since they're a good way to learn Japanese. This is an important time for me. I was studying Japanese for university, so I needed something to. This is difficult because not just that, it was in a pandemic, so I had to find something to listen to, um, because there was nobody to talk to. There was no Japanese natives to talk to. If you're in Ateneo, you'll find Japanese natives all the time. Oh, can you turn on the lights? Sorry. You'll find Japanese natives all the time roaming around the campus. But this is your home. Nobody's like we're we're just Filipinos in this house. No, we don't have any Japanese natives in here, so I had to figure out something. Um, I was watching Trash Taste podcast, and they were talking about VTubers. I kind of figured that out, and it's like connected here and here. Okay, I need some help. I need some help. Introduce me to a VTuber you love. Any recommendable videos? And of course, the rally was insane. Um, my bias is Korone. I really this is my classmate. I like Natsuyusa Matsuri, Toa, Miko. It's my classmate in English class. Thanks. I have been summoned. I'll DM you. That's my best friend right there. And so I've been DM'd about recommendations. Matsuri, of course. Hollow VTubers, all of them. Um, Coco, Devin Coco, Korone. This is because of the Trash Chase podcast, isn't it? Yes, but forgive me. Um, right. But then there's someone in the stream right now. Actually, who's watching the stream right now? Please watch. Coco teaches Mia English swear words. Now, if you know me, I'm really easy when it comes to comedy. If something includes swear words in it, I'll go for it. So I did. These are the first two clips that I watched that got me into the rabbit hole. Not exactly this one. I don't want to recommend this one because the translators might be off. So I recommend someone with a better translation, by the one by Dark Horse Zero. But these two clips are what baited me into the rabbit hole, for sure. Baited. Um, and I'm not sure if I can pinpoint why. I can make a couple of reasons. Suisei's clip over here. She was drawing other members like Matsuri. She just joined Hololive. And it was interesting to me because they were talking about things that were very casual. It was chill, right? Something that was both interesting and chill. Very good clipping choice. Um, something that is also mind-boggling a bit. Like, your parents find out that you're doing this sort of like project, right? And it's an interesting thing to hear from people, especially from friends. And now you have someone, you now have an anime girl doing that exact same thing. It felt weird, felt real. It felt realer than you would think, right? Because like in anime, of course, characters don't often, especially like, um, you only get to see that rarely in anime where you talk about personal lives to this degree. And then of course the comedy that got me. Coco gives me a special English lesson. Sorry, I didn't censor some of the words here. I hope the people at my that people at Neo won't um stop the stream. But yeah, yes, Coco, who is a both a English and Japanese bilingual, teaching me completely Japanese native, no English knowledge whatsoever, cuss words. You know, if there's anything about language that I've learned, it's that the way to one's language is through the cuss words, through the bad words. It is what it is. Spanish, right? Like movies like Genera Luna taught me how to cuss in Spanish. A little bit. I'm not sure if I still remember a little bit of it, but yeah. Basically yeah, bye, but it's okay. It's comedy. And unfortunately for the Niji fans and the other indie fans out there, we're gonna be focusing a little bit on Hololive for a bit. The curious case of Hololive. Why they've been big in 2020 and moving forward, and why that can also open up opportunities for other people. I started with Hololive. That's my story, so I want to share my story, and yeah, we'll be referring a lot back to the original chart. So, video platforms. Ever since those first two clips, everybody who's in the rabbit hole knows this disaster. YouTube recommendations after watching your first VTuber Clipper stream. Wait, saw them? Damn right! Look at this! Look at this! Even as far as like, how long is it? It's been months now, and it's still this. I get videos now and then from like, Triple Q. I get videos from like news here and there because I like watching news sometimes. I'm weird that way. But yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Also, yeah, I do have that Chrome extension that adds the currently streaming Hall of VTubers. It is what it is. As Isa says, it is what it is. And this never would. Okay, everybody knows. Everybody knows that they've gotten these recommendations up, like shoved into their YouTube front page, but nobody ever seems to talk about why. Why did this happen? Why did YouTube, the algorithm, do this? The translations and the clippers. These special individuals. I know one of them is watching the stream right now on Twitch. Um, someone check the Twitch chat for me. Hacks, if you're watching this, because I know he's been like checking me up on Twitter and Twitch. He's also a translator. Shout outs to you guys. Shout out to like every translator and clipper ever who's been genuine about this. These magical individuals have helped in sharing the word about virtual YouTubers. Because this started in Japan, this does not fly well with people from other countries, especially because Japanese is a language that is far, far away from English. It is so different. There's different scripts, right? People in the Western world call them alphabets, but yeah, 3 different writing styles. You got hiragana, katakana, kanji, um, things that you've never seen before. When most people, especially in the Western world, the second language that they study is usually European, like Spanish or French, right? Especially in the US, that's what they go for. Um, so there needed to be this bridge between the content creator and the audience. And mind you, Kizuna Ai started out this way. Kizuna Ai started out with English translations because of the fans, not clips necessarily. This is what we're seeing with Hololive. It's clips, but for Kizuna Ai, it was the videos that were translated. That's how she got a big audience in the first place, because of the Western world. And Hololive is taking this to their advantage, and we'll talk about that more in a bit. But yeah, translated clips from these wonderful, wonderful channels. I opted to remove some from this slide because I felt that it would be horrible. Not really horrible. It would be a bit disappointing if I did. But yeah, there are other channels as well that I did that have contributed to some degree, like Kiriku Translate. Okay, I forgot to mention this actually. Was previously a translator, no translator, English quality checker for a VTuber translation channel called Kiriku Translate. It didn't last very long, and I gained some experience out of it, and I still trash talk Kiriku a little bit, but you know, it's been an experience for sure. I'm not really like hung up about it. I really did enjoy the experience, even though nothing really progressed after one clip. But yeah, I did manage to get in as an English QC, English quality checker for a while. QC is what we call quality check in translating and in subbing. You may know that if you definitely look into translation, anime translation quite a bit. We need, and if we're talking about translations, we need to talk about Liger. People like to attribute Liger as the one who has sparked the translation scene when it comes to VTubers. You don't. Not everyone knows a lot about Liger actually, but if you didn't know, Liger was previously part of the fan sub sphere. I don't know if he still is, but like he used to work for a fan subbing group before. I know that very well, and has moved on to VTubers. Liger is the biggest Matsuri simp ever. Yeah, Liger's basically dies, but VTubers. Yeah. This is how a lot of people fell into the hole. For me, for others, it was the Fubuki clip. For others, it was Niji clips, like Rin's one, the one with the country roads. For others, it was Coco. For a lot of other people, it's this one, the Band-Aids clip. This is so funny. You have to watch this. I beg you. After this stream, please watch this clip, because it shows you that even like you may say that your life isn't really that entertaining, but it is. There's a lot of stuff that you can talk about in your life that are so funny, like this one. The stories of how like, oh, you went into PE class, you tried band-aids on, but then you have to explain it. Dude, it's so good. It's so good. And I go back to these translators because it was a huge boom. This is how a lot of people found the whole. And that's my story, and it ends here. This is how I became a VTuber fan. By watching all of these clips from these channels, by you know, getting together with the community. But I want to discuss innovation and creativity through other means. How how things are being broken on our feet. How the game is changing every day and day because of how your original content can be. Now, I showed that slide earlier because another reason why a lot of people got into VTubers was because of the pandemic. We have a lot more free time to watch whatever we want. That includes YouTube and live streams. So, yeah, right? There's one big event in the world that was supposed to happen but didn't.
The 2020 Summer Olympics, now the latest major sports cancellation caused by the global COVID-19 pandemic. So
Prime Minister Shinzo Abe now says he's asked the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, for a one-year postponement of the Tokyo Olympics.
the 20
Okay, microphone's back on. The Tokyo 2020 Olympics were canceled. Canceled in 2020, and it's planning to be brought back up for 2021. And this was difficult. This was a difficult time, especially for Japan, and especially for me. I literally bought a Tokyo 2020 sweatshirt. No, sweatshirt. Tracksuit. I have it in my cabinet right now. But yeah, it's what are we gonna do, right? This is a big thing for, especially for Japanese residents. Why am I talking about this? Because it shows you. I'm about to show you the ingenuity and the like high IQ play by VTubers presenting the festival arc. Collabs are what gives you chances to be a good YouTuber. But this is the one thing that I can see agencies are really, really good at. It's getting a lot of people together to make big projects like this one, the Sports Festival arc. This was a full day. This took weeks to prepare. A full day where all the streamers got together and organized this huge um like chock full of mini games sports festival in Minecraft. And if I'm pretty sure people in the gaming Oregon Ateneo know, if you can't do it in real life, you do it in Minecraft. That's why we have Ateneo in Minecraft right now. Um it People who were there truly understand how big of a deal this was because of how long it took everyone to prepare, how everyone's emotions were poured into this to win, to be the victor, to have their team be the winner. And it's like, it's insane. Everybody was holding on to their butts, watching till the last second who was going to win, and laughing at the same time with all the memes and stuff. It was good. It was a worthwhile watch. And I'll show you how I managed to live through the sports festival arc because like you didn't just have one viewpoint, you had the viewpoint of a lot of other VTubers. So this is where I lean into the subject of virtual worlds. Why VTubers work. Virtual worlds. This is an example of the main viewpoint during the festival arc. There was a top-down live stream by Eugene A or A-chan. You got Mio doing another camera. You got Sakura Miko and Okami Mio doing their camera shots as well. And then you have the individual teams have their own cam setup. It's insane. Look at all of them in a single Minecraft server, working to be the winner. and the mini games were pretty fun too. Things got savage at times, and yeah. I wasn't seeing the chat. Luis and Rila said praise the Clippers as overseas bros wouldn't be here without them. Yeah, and then you got the Niji Arc War as well. This is a thing that people were talking about as well, especially my friends over at VTuber talking. Sorry, virtually talking. Please check out that podcast if you can. The Arc War. This was most definitely interesting to watch because in Hololive they don't even have PvP on for their Arc server. Um, Possibly just to make sure that Coco's grandmaster scheme of getting everybody to play Arc remains successful. But for this, oh dear God, yeah, there's even like post-war analysis. There's clips of that. My God, but yeah, it's collabs like these that also spread the word of VTubers. Why? Why is that? Because sometimes people may only go for just one VTuber, right? How you entered into the hole earlier could be Fubuki Coco, could be any of the Niji Bros. Um, but because they collab, my first clip that I watched, one of the first clips that I watched was from Coco, but she was collabing with Mio, so I also wanted to check out Mio, and because of that, there was this live stream as well where all the members were in, and now I got interested in all of them, and now I'm a freaking DD. Do you know what a DD is? DD is a short term we use in the VTuber community, especially in the Hololive fan server. We call it Dare Demo Daisuki, which means I love everyone, which is hard because you know in real life how hard it is to love everyone. And by that, I mean watching multiple streams at the same time. Luckily, I don't do that as much. I'm just DD in concept. Jay in the chat, Dare Demo Daisuki is also a term in idol community. Now that I didn't know. Because I'm not really that big into the idol community. That's what you have to go to Aaron Stock for. Also in the next 2 weeks, Aaron Stock about idol culture, specifically J-pop and K-pop idol culture. Yeah, Dare Demo Daisuki. It's a thing. You love a lot of people because you're interested in the thing itself. It's fun. I want to talk about globalization and breaking the language barrier. This is another reason why VTubers have been successful. And the way they do it is so creative. Before I fell into the hole, I was talking with my friend. My friend in people at Toushin know this. My fellow org mates, we know this. There's this one person who always hangs out with us. I'm not sure. I don't think he's a Toushin member anymore. I'm not sure if he already graduated, but he is a diehard VTuber fan. Before a lot of us even fell into the rabbit hole, he would just hang out on our spot. He would nonstop play Comet by Hoshimachi Suisei. He would nonstop play it like over and over again, right? I mean, like at the time, I was like, one, I was like, don't you get tired of this? And two, I was like, I mean, it is a bop though. And getting into VTubers now, I was like, now I get it. Now I get why you're repeating that song all the time. Because I'm repeating that song all the time too now. And I talked to him a little bit about VTubers. I was still trying to understand the whole thing. I didn't understand anything. All I knew at that point was Fubuki and that one clip about country roads. That was all I know. And also these other two VTubers that I've heard of. Rin Asobi and Natsumi Moe. Two Western VTubers that have shown up under my radar because I was watching their collabs with other people. For example, a lot of people know Rin Asobi because she collabed with Lost Boss, who is a big time anime YouTuber from the West. I was watching Lost Boss a lot back then. He would collab with Rin Asobi, and I checked out Rin Asobi. I'm not a casual viewer of her. I don't watch her that much anymore, but it was definitely interesting for the time that I was watching. Things blew up from there. People, especially in like stuff like 4chan, right? They didn't know whether the VTubers were ever going to become a thing in the West, because it was a completely Japanese thing from the start. Remember, Keys and I was Japanese. Hololive and EG is Japanese, right? The most that you got then was Coco, who was bilingual, and also Pikami, who was bilingual. But like, yeah, um, I want to talk about these three in particular when we're talking about, especially the first two. I want to talk about those first two when it comes to breaking records and globalization as a whole. Melody is very, very interesting, so to speak. I was definitely into watching Melody before I even got into the whole. And so are my other org mates, actually. It was the one virtual avatar that they would talk about nonstop because we were watching it. We were watching Project Melody. Yes, we were also watching her Chatterbait streams. For a few minutes. In our spot. In our spot. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell the peeps at Araneo. Don't tell them we did that. We were huddled up together. We were watching Project Melody's Chatterbait stream. Toushin secret. That's a Toushin secret. Shh. But yeah, she's also interesting because she also broke through on YouTube, making safer videos on YouTube, like is hentai art, and it was a very interesting discussion as well. Because like, one, this is an interesting topic for the anime community, and two, it was a virtual avatar doing it, and three, it was Project Melody. Project Melody has overpassed literally everybody. She got on the news because she was overtaking rankings in Chatterbait compared to real life people. And it shows the demand for this kind of entertainment, for this kind of perspective. But I did it. I added this slide for one reason, of course.
The following advertisement is intended for VTubers applicants only.
It's V! Hololive Audition! We're giving you avatars! It's V! We're giving you support! It's Hololive Audition! It's a V chance for you, friend! It's VTuber Audition! You gotta make a 5-minute video, but the chance is V! Chances to go viral, no joke! It's V! You unlock the door to your V chance, we got you the avatar! There are unlimited chances, it's V! We've got your back! We're not carrying this around all day. It's for you to use. VTuber Audition. I'm gonna pee in my pants. Friend, come get your damn chance. It's a V chance. Friend, you got Hololive Audition. Friend, does it get better than this? Friend, the avatar is V. Friend, the avatar is V. It's a V-tuber. It's VTuber Hololive.
Pranichu in the chat. I remember watching this live. Coco really went Western with this one. Yes, Coco the host. Sorry. Coco the host. Oh yeah, did you guys know this was a parody of the It's Free Real Estate clip from that one show in Adult Swim? Like, dude, this is so funny. You have to watch the original thing that this was based out of. Everybody knows the picture, everybody knows the meme, but not many people know the original clip. It's so hilarious. I'm not saying that with sarcasm. I'm like honestly genuine about it. Tito just what they knew their audiences. Yes, they did. But a lot of people in the internet, they didn't know that. They thought, oh, this is gonna fail. Oh, like, dude, are Western audiences gonna like this? And here's what you guys don't really know about that much. Anime has been growing a lot ever since like a decade ago. It has been growing big. We've long gone past the days of shitty fans. Excuse me for the language. Really bad fan subs and sketchy anime conventions. We're long past the days of that. This anime has gone mainstream now. Like, I have people in my family who constantly watch anime all the time. It's not just me anymore. You know, actually, it's never been just me. I remember in my childhood, they were also watching anime here and there, like the typical stuff, like Naruto, Hunter x Hunter, that kind of stuff, like the shonen and all of that. It's become big, so it is no wonder that this launch, alongside stuff like Nijisanji ID, Hololive ID, and Nijisanji EN, I still have no idea what's going on with Nijisanji EN. Someone please explain that to me because I still kind of don't get it. Something to do with India here and there. But yeah, and also Hololive China. I should not forget about that. Hololive China as well. And this went big. I rearranged the slides a little bit weirdly here. Actually, no, I didn't seem to add it in the slides. But yeah, Gura got 2 million. She's at 2 million now. She's just about to overtake Kizuna Ai as a top subscribed VTuber. And that also led to the formation of VShojo. People in the Zoom call were also talking about VShojo. Yes, of course, Project Melody is in here. Everybody knows Project Melody being here. But there are a lot of names here that were grabbed in. Nyanners, right? You've got Fruit. You've also got Iron Mouse. Zen, right? Imagine Gura being sandwiched by a by I. Yeah, Silvervale. Zentrea. My god. The Western VTubers have never gotten better than to this day. And Hajime. Yeah. My gosh. This is real. The doubts, they're all wrong. Because the success speaks for itself. And one more thing. I want to show this clip because I'm sorry if I'm going overtime. We kind of had technical difficulties. Okay, so we had technical difficulties for like 20 minutes. We're gonna be extending as much as we can. So
Take off. I'm still using my... Hey, Mama! まだその気持ちペコだったのあんた。体操にペコじゃん。Can I change my clothes? Wait. あんたずっとその格好でいたの楽しすぎたペコだね。
So guys, this is Hoshinova Muna, Muna Hoshinova from Hololive Indonesia, and Usada Pekora from Hololive Japan. Muna barely knows any Japanese. Pekora barely knows any English, nor Indonesian. But clips like these ones, and clips actually before this collab with them, this collab was viewed by so many people, right? It got like thousands. I don't even know if it got into 1 million, but while I was making this presentation, but this was huge. This was the most wholesomest stuff you can see on YouTube. And nobody even thought this was possible. Even Muna herself didn't think it was possible. Because of the language barrier. This was the barrier that we had to go through as viewers and as translators to push through that language barrier for everyone to connect. And it worked. They understood each other, they tried their best to get through it, and it gave inspiration to a lot of people. That language barrier doesn't do jack. That it doesn't matter where you grew up or what languages you learned. There's always a space to understand. There's always that space to understand each other with what you have or what you don't have. You'll still be able to do it. Heck, people in history have done it before. Who's to say we can't do it again, right? And the one thing I truly love about VTubers that I kind of want to end this talk on is that I want to end this the part about the VTubers themselves on is that they're really genuine about this. I might skip some parts of this clip, so excuse me. But
Yeah, sure, I can do it. If you need any help, just call me, okay? Oh, stop that. You're gonna make me cry too. Stop that. Just look at Pekora-senpai after she met you. She really changed. And you changed too.
The Pekara senpai I saw before, she's really kind of like introverted and likes to do things by herself. But when she met you, she really changed. You changed her for the better. Don't be shy. The power of Hey Moon on the BGM doesn't help. Is it? Don't cry. You're gonna make me cry too. Come on. No. You help each other. I mean, you finally found your place. Isn't that great? Make friends here and there. You finally found the right place you want to be. Don't cry, damn it. Don't cry, damn it. You're gonna make me cry too. Come on. I'm happy for you that you finally found your friends and you're in your happiness. And I don't know what, but I feel proud.
This is why we love VTubers. This is why there is a community. Because they're genuine. Because though there may be an avatar, that's just an avatar. The persons behind who's running the avatar, the VTubers themselves, as who they are. You know, not just by their appearance, but what they show in their streams. It hits different. We've time and time again seen people on YouTube who've been like not very genuine about why they stream, not very genuine about, you know, all of that. Not like this. These are real people, and that is why I disagree with the first thing that was with the thing that some people say in this definition, that YouTuber, but they're not real people. Yeah, they look like they're not real people. They look like they're not real people, but they are. That's why it's so important that as a community, we have to be careful with how we interact with them, because they're not just anime waifus. They're actual people who are also anime waifus. And now I want to talk a little bit about the community and what I do. This is the stuff that I do because I love VTubers with a passion. This is the community. There are many things that we have developed in the community, Discord servers, here and there. Nothing new. Everybody's done IRC before. But here's a new innovation that I've found about VTubers that gets the community together like this. The art tag. VTubers have art tags. What's an art tag? If you've been to Twitter and find fan art, you'll always find it one hashtag. It's not just the VTuber. It's not just the person's hashtag. Like, oh, I made a fan art of a creator like PewDiePie, so I'll put hashtag PewDiePie. No, they have their dedicated art tags. So when you scroll through Twitter, it's like if you mix Pixiv and social media and whack it together and like botch it together, and you have the art tag. This is Okayu's art tag. And you can easily find art and easily share it. I hate Pixiv with a passion. Why? Because it's so hard to share anything. To Twitter, to Facebook, it is so difficult. But when it's already on Twitter and you can easily sort that stuff, my God, you are setting yourself up to more people falling into the hole, more people appreciating the VTubers. Nobody seems to talk about this. Everybody takes it for granted. These tags are so helpful. And not just this, there are specialized tags, not just for fan art, but also for events, for the individual streams themselves, of course, but also, I remember like Hachima had her own R18 fan art. I also love Hachima as well. Very awesome streamer. Or Akai Hato. Yes. Yeah. Dedicated fan art tags for other things. The memes. Y'all gotta remember the memes as well. This is another reason why we're here, the memes. But I connect this with art because it's not so often that you find that the artist themselves becomes the memer. The artist themselves makes the meme based off another meme. Why? Let me switch to...
ピカポカン
Ikam pokam.
Yes, we have to talk about Ikumbokum. This is a meme that definitely blew up, and it got so far to the point that it got noticed by Rare staff and by the original yeah, by official Rare staff, the people behind the game that Corona was playing in the stream, which was is it Banjo and Kazooie, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm not gonna waddle on too long with the memes. That's your job to do. We already did with like the Fubuki thing earlier, so yeah. The tools. This is where I jump in. I'm a web developer and I'm also a programmer. This is my stuff. There exists multiple tools available today that you can use, like Holo Tools and Hologenda. Hologenda is officially by Hololive, where the scheduled streams show up for both Hololive, Holostars, and others. Holo Tools, which just to mention, this isn't just Hololive. There's also a Niji Sanji version of this that's currently under construction, and you can adjust Holo Tools to watch Niji Sanji and other indie VTuber, any YouTube stream for that matter, so that it works. Another thing I got to say about being genuine that I forgot to include in the talk was I forgot to mention as well the ships. People are talking about in the Zoom meeting right now. Noel Flair, Kali Kiara, for me Coco Kanata, the Dokyozu. Guys, 3 VTubers got together to share a freaking apartment complex. That's it, like that's so fun. Okakoro, we can't forget about Okakoro. She's Subaru X Ayame. Yeah, we can't forget about those, right? Especially Okakoro. Okakoro, like diabetes. If you want sweetness in your life, if you feel so depressed out of your life, Okakoro is where it's at. The shipping of Okayu and Korone. That's where it's at. Now, going back, I developed these things. I've actually developed a bunch of things. First of all, is actually I want to change to this slide first. HoloCalcu. This was a web thing that I developed. I developed this with Google Sheets. I'm probably gonna submit this to. I'm probably gonna show this off at like some event by the Loyola the what is it? Developers. So, the club that focuses on Google inside Ateneo. There's a club that focuses on Google Ateneo. I made this one with Google Sheets. It has a bunch of formulas in it. This is version 1. I'm planning on making a version 2 later on with not Google Sheets, this time with actual web development. And yeah, you can be, because like stuff like this costs like sending super chats, buying memberships. That costs money. And you gotta budget efficiently, especially if you're gonna you're plan on buying merch. So I made this thing that helps me do that. I check the box of the VTuber, of the Hololive VTuber that I wanna get a membership to. I get my readout of how much it costs me per month, how much it costs me upfront if I add all the super chats. And yeah, it's I like this sort of a thing with like math and statistics. Like I hate advanced math and statistics, but if it's like the basic stuff like this one, I love that. I love it. I love this stuff. So yeah. I also did a thing for Coco's return stream. I didn't intend it to be that, but I made it just in time for Coco's return stream when she took a break. It's called Asakoku Keyboard. If you've been to her streams, you'll know that her emotes involve letters, which we kind of spam a lot on her chat, on our fan Discord. So yeah, we do that. This is the thing. Sorry. Oh yeah, I can zoom in. So you enter the text, you get a readout at top, and then you can use this to copy it into Coco's chat or the Coco fan server. So that's the thing that yeah, big kusa. I know when you simp so hard, you know how to budget well. Yeah. And now I want to talk about GoodVTuberSubs. This is the thing that like 700 people know, at least have heard of me because I'm the guy who runs this account. You may be familiar with another Twitter account called Bad VTuberSubs. That's run by somebody else. The reason why I made this, actually, let me pull up the site right now. But yeah, I made good VTuber subs because there was a problem with the VTuber community, especially in the Hololive community. The problem was that there seems to be a case of translators, if you can call them translators, who are not giving their all when it comes to representing the VTubers. The problem with translation is that when people watch the clips, the translated stuff, they take the translations as what the VTuber has said. Liger has said this on multiple occasions. Other translators have said this on multiple occasions. You do not screw up what the VTuber said, what you're translating mentioned. And that involves things like context, what they said. You're not supposed to guess what they say. That's really, really important. The problem is they're also the most popular. Now, I want to emphasize on this that YouTube, we've been talking about platforms before, like YouTube, Twitch, and Bilibili as well. They're also important factors in video platforms that people talk about, that new VTubers have gotten into. They don't focus on quality, they focus on speed. As soon as a stream goes up, so does the clip. And because the clip is like rushed, it breaks the tradition that has supported anime fan subs to this day. Why do you think anime fan subs are good now? They weren't back then. Everybody was fighting, there was drama. Anime fan subs had a thing that's like what's happening right now. Shout out to my friend Shim. I'm not sure if we're friends, maybe acquaintances, maybe. I talked with him a lot about this. Anime fan subs were bad back in the early days, like early 2000s. And there's a whole Giga did a whole video about it, by the way, if you have the time. And I didn't even know this. It took a lot of drama to fix everything that was happening. And I'll give you 3 reasons why anime fan subs are successful now and what the VTuber community can learn from. 1, the companies are stepping in. Think about it. Crunchyroll, Funimation, they're making their own subs, and pirates are ripping from there and sharing it to the public. Now, I don't really care what your take on piracy is, but what I do know is that the overall quality of people that are getting anime from has increased because of this ripping technique, because of ripping straight from the official source. Yeah, Migzu in the chat. I swear sorry, what is this? The KHR fan subs were one of the few good fan subs in the early anime 2000 era. Yeah. I loved anime back then as a kid because the subs that one of the reasons why I loved it, because the subs that I were watching was from cable channels like Animax, which have official sources, which pay their translators, which have like a proper setup for this. Right? Back then, it was worse than ragtag. Like barely anything happened. So 1, official sources. 2, drama has to happen for a reason. Drama shows you what you can and can't do. Drama shows you that mistakes happen and that you need to fix them now. And that's why I'm okay with drama happening here and there as long as we reach a proper conclusion. And it happens here and there in the VTuber community as well. Most notably, I honestly want to name call some bad subs, but there are channels out there on YouTube right now that you think are good, but they're focusing on monetization. They're focusing on commissioning full sub streams, which is basically against the rules of Cover Corp, against Niji Sanji, against like basic morality as a whole. You don't steal somebody else's content, even if you translated it. And we have to have this conversation, especially with VTuber fans, that yes, this stuff does happen, and we need to do something about it. And this is what I did, the Good VTuber spot. And 3, there was a platform there to support change. That's what happened with Manga Decks. That's what happened with Nya. When all of this drama is happening, and also not just the drama, but also the system itself. Systems like torrent tracker, systems like Nya, torrent listings, it's sorted by how many people downloaded it and how many people seed it. And there's a sort of like quality to it. Stuff that's bad gets taken down, it gets criticized openly. There's nothing on YouTube where like there's this one bad channel out there that does VTuberSubs that is so famous, but they delete comments on corrections. They change the words of VTubers to fit the narrative. They clickbait to hell. They were called out by official Hololive staff not to trust them. And they still keep subbing VTubers to this day. My friend in my Discord server still posts clips from that channel to this day. And I'm disappointed about it, but I see why. Right? Not many people know this. Not everybody knows how to speak Japanese. Not everybody knows how to like get into the weeds, get into the research. So we have to do this thing of like making things better for everybody. And YouTube does not support good subs. YouTube prioritizes speed. Remember, we're working against the algorithm here. Speed goes first. High views go first. Clickbait goes first. Yep. Jay posted in the chat on Zoom the link to the Reddit thread that we're talking about. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard to that's why I'm imploring everyone to increase their quality when it comes to translations. These are the 3 things that the VTuber community needs to learn from and discuss. But also, I'm proud of certain moves that we've done as a community. We had in the Hololive fan server, we had a furious, like, not really furious, but like a huge discussion on while the translators were doing quality checking. And that was civil as heck. Back then, it was just straight out drama, straight out hating each other. But we were discussing translations peacefully. Maybe there was a little bit of shots fired here and there, but we showed them, this is why you're wrong. Here's the steps that you need to take. And it's that easy. Nobody needs to get mad about it. But yes, drama does need to happen and discussions need to be made. Why did I start Good VTuberSubs? About this thing that has 700 followers now. I want to zoom in on this part. This was in a Reddit thread on r/hololive that someone posted a comment on. This was a Reddit post by a trusted translator, that said that one of the channels was focusing on profiteering, on what I said earlier, commissioning subs and all that. Broken grammar, multiple mistranslated lines, difference in tone and nuance, missing context, misinterpretation of the subject. Things that should not be in a translation. I quote, "Those are like the core channels that are often seen and people know of. And since they have so many issues amongst them, that is where I am asking, who are the alternatives?" As you pretty much listed all of them. As you pretty much listed everyone. My answer? This account. Because YouTube couldn't prioritize this questionable speed subbers over pro translators. Speed subbers is a term, or speed is what term we call in subbers who are focusing on getting the content out as soon as it shows up, without even giving attention to proper processes. Because in anime fan subbing, there is this technique where you have the translator, you have the typesetter, you have the editor, You have the quality check. It goes through a rigorous process. Every anime that you see nowadays goes through some form of that, and that's why sometimes some groups can be delayed. That's why Funime Crunchyroll releases episode 10, but this fan sub group is still at episode 8 because these things take time. And for me as a viewer, I'd rather have things take time than to get the wrong idea. This is real people we're talking about here. This is why this stuff is important. And I'm glad that 738 people agree with me on that one. Working on hobbies like this, like VTubers and all of that, has helped me figure out that there are problems most definitely everywhere, and that's okay. It gives you the shot to use what you can as a developer, as an artist, as a writer, all of that, to make a change, to do what you can to improve your community, whether it be the anime community, the VTuber community, or whatever community you belong in. That's there's so much that you can do for the community. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of people who will appreciate you for it. Even though lots of people may go against you, what matters is you're doing the right thing. Sorry if I'm going a little bit weird with this one, right? I didn't really plan this presentation completely, but I've been doing this for a while now, and I want to say that I love VTubers, and I'm doing the best I can. As I'm not an artist, I'm not a VTuber, I'm not a translator. I'm none of those things, but I'm gonna use what I can to support, as a fan, these VTubers that I love very, very much. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this talk. Sorry if I went over time. Don't worry, we're still gonna have the Gundam talk after this. Arigato gozaimashita.
All right. Thank you for your wonderful talk, Matthew. We're still gonna have a short Q&A session. The panel is now open for questions. Would anyone like to stand up and speak? All right.
Hi.
For Jayo.
Right. Good evening and congratulations on your first talk. If this is your first, Jayagono in keepsakes. Okay, so coming from the time that you've built this good VTuber subs button, I believe you also mentioned that you will be updating this bot with a better infrastructure, or what should we call it? So far, what aside from the 790 plus followers of the bot, have you ever interacted with the followers and their sentiments so far? Do you have perhaps a detailed account of their experience with good VTuber subs, the bot?
Okay, so what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to have okay. I've actually, what not a lot of many people know is that I do check Discord servers. I do a little bit of what you call ego searching, um, to check out um, what people thought of the bot. And I can't really share them publicly here because I didn't have the time to collect all of them. They were on Discord, so it's a little bit scattered. But there were opinions from viewers, translators, and the one thing that I got from them was, "Bro, why is this all Hololive?" That was the first problem. But everybody agreed with me that there were some good picks. There were a couple of channels that they were a little bit questionable of, but that's why I added the notes section in the list, so that you can see this is why I added this channel. Please note, channels don't stay there forever. They can be removed if they have to. In fact, we already got one of them. We had to remove one of them from the list because of the argument that was happening in the fan server about the clip that they were about to post. But we resolved it. We talked to him about it. And he's learning. And that's the most important fact. What I don't want to happen is what happened with the anime community, where people were fighting against each other when it comes to like stuff like fan subbing and all of that. And it was also surprising to veterans in the anime industry, especially one of my friends um, from Aonahara, who says like this has been very civil and it's very very interesting. It was a channel like no other. If you're a Hololive fan and you're in the fan server, I suggest checking out Translation Discussion. Don't like please don't tell them that I sent you there. Just lurk. Just lurk there. It's very fun to lurk. I chat there sometimes even though I'm not translator. We like to diss on bad subs every now and then. Um I will not guarantee that you'll be able to watch bad subs again after lurking that chat, but it's still fun. It's very fun. Um and also I should say that this is not the first list that has ever existed, good VTuber subs. It is not the first list ever. There are other people working on their own lists. A lot of them are abandoned now. Um, and but one of them is gonna be continuing after a certain project is done. If you've heard of Aonahara, you'll know that a certain project is being finished up. So once that's done, apparently I've been told they'll start working on sort of like a translator list that's gonna be bigger than good VTuber subs list is, because the list wasn't really intended to be just a list. It was more so intended to be for the bot. Um, but yeah, so please look out for that. Also, for everyone watching, please check out Aonahara Translations. They're doing their Holo Rewind 2020. It's coming out in 3 days, I've been told. So please check it out. It's a collab by Aonahara subs and Aonahara Translations and Hololive Resort subs. Thank you.
For Matthew's talk, I like the bits where the VTubers are acting cute. Well, they're all cute, so you could say it was all cute. But the part where you said that what was that Pekora-chan changed because when she met this other VTuber, she was more open,
Oh
and
yeah,
that's the content we signed for. Yeah.
yes. I really it's super interesting, the Pekora Muna pairing, because these are two people who literally don't understand each other on a linguistic perspective. One of Muna knows Indonesian and English. Pekora only knows Japanese. This I honestly want to share this clip to people who are like who are afraid, especially in their foreign language course, to speak um to native speakers of the language that they're trying to learn, because um trust me, like, it's been done before in history. You can do it again. You can always break the barrier again. um there Humans can connect each other beyond language, especially through friendship and through other things like music or interests, things like that. One example that I want to look at, if you guys watch YouTube a lot, you've probably heard, especially like Japanese culture, you've probably heard of the channel Abroad in Japan. If you've watched that channel, you'll find the relationship between like the friends Chris and Natsuki. One of them is an English native, one of them is a Japanese native, yet they met each other and became like really really good friends, and you'll see a lot of their stuff on that channel. So things like that. um it, the language barrier doesn't do jack. It's just a limiter, and you can get past that, and I believe that you can.